Welcome to the True Colored Crime Podcast, where we take a look at real animal abuse cases. The purpose of this podcast is to raise awareness of the warning signs and provide resources for things you might be able to do to prevent animal abuse. Fair warning, the content ahead is graphic. With that, here is your host, Dr. Lisa Fox.
So was I lying about this episode being a doozy? Well, let's answer the question, what's brewing, Doc? So because this episode was so depressing, I felt like I needed some antidepressant tea. Now, I'm going to give you a recipe for the tea that I like, but make sure before you use any herbals, you do talk to your doctor because some herbal medicines, even if they're in a tea, can affect your conventional medicines that you're on. So just watch that, especially one of the ones in this antidepressant tea. It has been known to raise or lower the effect of different heart medications. So just watch if you're on those, ask your doctor first. So the antidepressant tea that I particularly like is from one of my favorite books. It's called The Good Living Guide to Medicinal Tea by Jennifer Brown, and it's 50 ways to brew the cure for what ails you. So her antidepressant tea has 1 part lemon balm leaf, 1 part hawthorn leaf. You can use the flower or the berry, the hawthorn flower or berry, and 2 part St. John's wort flower and leaf. And then you just add that to 8 ounces of hot water. So when you do parts, 1 teaspoon can be 1 part, therefore it would be 1 teaspoon lemon balm, 1 teaspoon hawthorn, and 2 teaspoons St. John's wort to 8 ounces of hot water. Combine your dried herbs, steep them in water, cover them for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then sip your tea slowly. I don't usually add a sweetener, but you can always add honey as a sweetener if you would like to. So why is this specific combination antidepressant? Well, let's kind of go through the 3 different herbs that are in it. So hawthorn is a medicinal herb that I use quite frequently. It's great for different heart disorders. They actually consider it to be food for the heart. It's really rich in bioflavonoids, and it can actually dilate the arteries and relax the arteries. So it's really great at decreasing blood pressure. And it kind of acts with the person. So it normalizes the blood pressure instead of just decreasing it. It kind of brings it to a normal state. So it is considered kind of a heart remedy, especially in depression and anxiety. It can lower that blood pressure and have your heart just be a little bit in more better health. And it actually tastes fairly good. The berries are at a kind of a sweet note to the tea. I like to look up my herbs in one of my other books. It's called The Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine by Andrew Chevalier. That's a really good one. As I do these segments, I'll introduce you to some other herbs and spice books that I use as well. The second ingredient, St. John's wort, is one of the best for your depression and nerve issues. It acts as a nerve tonic. It's restorative. It actually helps reverse long-term nervous exhaustion and lowered mood. So your kind of chronic anxiety disorders, sleep disorders. It's great for menopause because it helps with that lowered mood that usually comes along with menopause. And you can use the flowers or you can use the leaves of it. They're usually a bright yellow kind of a flower. And it's been a remedy for millennia. It's actually a folk remedy for insanity in the Middle Ages, which mainly is because it has your antidepressant abilities to it. The last in here is what gives the tea most of its flavor is your lemon balm. Lemon balm is actually a member of the mint family, and so I do use it quite frequently in cooking. I use it in, there's actually really good lemon balm cookies that I make, and lemon balm tea as well. And it improves mental performance. It's actually been proven in clinical trials with Alzheimer's patients to improve your mild and moderate symptoms. And it is a great tea for insomnia and anxiety. You can actually combine it with other calming herbs like chamomile or valerian, and it can promote sleep and help reduce your anxious feelings. So that is what's brewing at the end of this episode is my antidepressant tea. And hopefully you will tune into our next episode and catch what's brewing next time. Thank you guys.